Alrighty, hello and welcome. We should be hopefully back live. I'm literally doing this privately to see what it looks like first before I open it up to the masses. And with a little bit of luck, it might be starting to look much better. Now, I'm just going to see what the thing is looking like. Let's open up there. I don't know if this is going to work. Hopefully it does. It looks like it could be. Actually, maybe that's what I needed to do. Maybe I just needed to restart the entire the computer. Maybe that was the issue. That can't have been what it was. That really can't be what it was. I think that's what it was. Like, how is that even a thing? I don't even know how that's a thing, but it is. There we go. Mad. Actually, I'm going to quickly do a few different things. Hopefully that's still looking pretty good. It is. All right, this is really weird. I'm literally just talking to myself at the moment, which is a little bit embarrassing. But we're going to quickly open this up. This should hopefully be, with a little bit of luck. All right, publish. There we go. Hopefully it's showing up live now with a little bit of luck. I should be, yeah, hold on. Should be able to change that. I don't know. Can people join now? I'm not sure. Why is the chat saying it's still not active? Wonder if you can actually... Wonder if it's discoverable. Let's see if anyone else actually joins. It's still saying it's private there. Let's see if it's actually public now. Okay. Still nothing. Oh, someone else has joined. I've turned it from private to public, it looks like. All right, I think I've fixed it. Ladies and gentlemen, I think I've fixed it. I think it just needed a computer reset. I think that's what it is. I think that's what I needed. All right, bear with me 1 second. I'm going to quickly change a few settings around. I went private and for 5 minutes just to see if that was the issue. And I feel like I've restarted the computer and it seems to be fine. So touch wood, we're back for the rest of the thing now. It's annoying because the way I've done it, because I've turned it from private to public, Streamlabs is not showing me the chat. So just bear with me a second. I didn't realize that that was going to happen. Otherwise, I would have done this slightly differently. So just bear with me 1 second while I piss fart around here in the settings briefly in the back end. But we should be back. Once I've got through these settings and quickly adjusted a few things, I'm going to be answering all your questions. Again, I don't know what the hell's going on there. Normally, as I said, this is unfortunately because I've woken up so late because I went to bed so late. I didn't have time to check everything before we went live, and obviously, I don't know. Sometimes that happens. Sometimes it just needs a quick reset. Hopefully, it's going to be fine for the rest of the night. Now, I have a little bit of luck. There we go. I still can't see any comments coming through. Why is that? I'm just going to quickly change that. There we go. That looks pretty good. There we go. Change that to that. And one last thing. Paste that. And that should be pretty good, I think, with a little bit of luck. All right, we're good. I'm up and about. It looks like we're back. Any Man City, Man City news. We're like an hour and a half away from the deadline. We're not going to get any Man City news at, 9:30 in the morning. It's just not possible, I don't think. Start Hall of Virgil. Don't give me hope. I know, it's all about the hope. It's the hope that kills you. Don't touch anything exactly. Been good for like 30 seconds so far. Yes, that's what we like to hear. Star Hall of Virgil, you got to go off Hall, surely. Need a biblical week. I need another biblical week. I want the top 1 million this week. Can my team do it? I'm literally betting against the HAALAND captainers because I feel like this is a week where so many people will go, it's Wolves. They're the 20th place team in the league. It makes so much, I'm saying this in my head and it makes so much sense to me. Yet, the D unit is here going, I'm not captaining Haaland and I'm not vice captaining him. He's lucky that Bruno G has got an ankle issue. Otherwise, Haaland would 100% be on the bench instead. So we should be back. My current team, Roofs, Dubravka, Gabriel O'Reilly, Van der Ven, Lewis Potter, Dorgu, Saka, Rice, Rogers, Bruno G, Foden, Haaland, Ekatike, Gui. I'm going to wildcard on Gameweek 24. Any suggestions? Get rid of Foden. Oh, mate, yeah, you've got a few issues in your team, don't you? You got O'Reilly as well. Like, I'm benching him. Van der Ven, he's problematic as well. Lewis Potter, Is he going to start? Yeah, you've got a few issues. How many chances have you got, Bubba? Can't touch anything. It's fine. Exactly. Captain Semenyo. If I had Semenyo, folks, I would captain him. Like, hands down, if I own Semenyo this week, I think he is actually the number one captaincy choice this week. Like, I don't own him. And my move last week, right? So this is what it came down to. So last Saturday night, obviously during the lock-in, I actually made my transfer during the lock-in last week. You wouldn't have seen it because I was on the lock-in, not my own show. But essentially, I made the move last week on Saturday, and I looked. It was either Bruno or Semenyo. Now, the reason why I didn't go with Semenyo is because I think Semenyo's amazing against Wolves, and then I don't think he's amazing. So, like, I've literally, like, and I won't lie, this week I would much rather have Semenyo than Bruno Fernandes. But from next week, I'd much rather have Bruno Fernandes than Semenyo, which is why I ended up going with Bruno and not Semenyo, if that makes sense. But if I had Semenyo this week, I wouldn't even think twice about it. He would be the captain, and away we go. 5-0 win on Footyham, let's go. That's what we like to see. Murat's going to get hunted down. Murat's going to make a mistake at some point, 100%. Play Dorgu or Virgil? I would play Dorgu, to be honest. I feel like Virgil's just a 2-point machine at this moment. Šeško now, sell Darius here, scoring goals before. Yeah, I know. I think if you've got Šeško, he's not going to play against Arsenal. He might get a few minutes off the bench. He's not going to start. Against Fulham, I expect him back in the starting lineup. So if you can bench him this week, I reckon he's back in the starting lineup next week. Tarkowski captain is the third time recently of captain defenders. I know, legit. I actually think, like, Alex Volo's the king of captaining defenders. I feel like this year, like, I've learned a few things recently. Like, when I do, like, these captaincy slides that you see, like, rotating above me and whatever, I do the research, right? And I look at the points. And, like, if you look at the defender points this year, in reality, we should be captaining a defender every single week. As a defender, I think defenders have won player of the week about 65% of the season. So, like, every week there's a huge defender haul. It's just, you just got to hope that you get it, really, when you do it, with a little bit of luck. So, yeah. Bruno Guimaraes out for sure. I don't know, but as I said, I was going to bench HAALAND and play Bruno G. But I can't see him playing. I saw the ankle injury, right? I just don't see a world where they need to do well against PSG. What game are you really going to roll him out for? Aston Villa at home or PSG? I'd argue it's PSG. So for that reason, I just think that I can't see him being risked. I'm going to go with Igor Thiago captain, so that now means you should all triple captain HAALAND, because that's just, yeah, man, it sometimes goes that way, doesn't it? Plumbers are busy today. Murat must be the fake legs. Mike Darius captaining Verts for second week. Is that, oh mate, I love it. Stephen, that's a great, I don't mind that at all. Thoughts on Grealish to Ndiaye? I'm not going to lie. Everyone knows at the start of the season, I absolutely hated Ndiaye, but he's actually been a half-decent pick. He's got a bit more than just penalties about him. So, like, unlike dirty 0-point Dom, who literally was relying on the penalties and then couldn't deliver the penalty biscuit for his owners that went there, I do think that I feel like Ndiaye is not a bad pick. I'll take back what I said at the very beginning of the season. He's not a horrendous pick anymore, ladies and gents. He's okay. He's okay. Good morning to you, mate. I think it's going to be a very low scoring week. I think it could be as well. I think a lot of people captaining HAALAND, and then when the blank comes in or the 1 point comes in, they're going to be like, crap. The D unit's making hay with the shun when Tarkowski comes in with his 17-pointer on Monday night with his 1-0 win against Leeds. D-Unit's in dreamland, folks. He's in dreamland, 100%. Don't believe him. Will Foden start? Honestly, I sold him. I just, look, everyone knows I've been the biggest Phil Foden promoter, but he had to go. He had to go. He's been poor. He's been really poor. And unfortunately, I owned him for all the scores. I've now owned him for all the blanks. I'm not owning him anymore. Like, I feel like I've watched City a lot recently, and they're not at it. I don't know what's wrong with them, but they're not at the races. So, yeah. Murad is getting such easy opponents. Oh, yeah, legit. He's getting some ridiculously easy things. But I do have Semenyo, but here's another option. Do I take a punt and stick with Thiago's cap? To be honest, as I said, if I had Semenyo, I'd captain Semenyo. I feel like most people still captain Haaland because they're all a bunch of sheep. I would definitely be going Semenyo if I had him. Like 100%, I won't even think about it. Captaining Verts, not because it's a good idea, but because I'm still thinking about not captaining last week, and I meant to... fair, that's fair. Who would you bench between Bruno G, Zhao, and Alderete? I'd start Bruno G and just hope he plays. I think if he's... I don't think he gets benched. I think he either starts, plays, or he's not involved at all. And then just make sure your first sub's good. I have quadruple City and 5 transfers. Oh, to be honest, I'd sell some of your City players. I don't know who caught the Champions League game midweek, but I was watching that before the pubcast. I think it was on before the pubcast midweek. They were unbelievably well. I thought they were bad in the Manchester derby last week. They were abysmal against Bodo Glimt. And let's put it into perspective, folks. Bodo Glimt didn't beat Spurs. And so I think Spurs went there or they went to Spurs. Manchester United last season, was it last season or the season before? They went to Bodo Glimt and won. Like Man City, horrendous performance midweek. Absolutely horrendous. Tarkowski's definitely drew a goal for sure. He couldn't make it at half-time. Was it Payne walking bench Bruno too? Yep. Are we ready to be tricked by trolls telling us who starts? I'm not. See, this is the difference. Last week, I looked at the Samuel Lockhurst tweet about the Manchester derby, and I was like, turn it up, mate. Samuel Lockhurst is a horrendous journalist, and if anyone that follows Man United knows that he's just a pile of crap, the fact that he actually was correct blew my mind. I'll hold my hands up and say, I did not expect him to be correct. Any iota. I just did not see it happening at all. Would you start Van Heck or Mukiele this week? I would start Van Heck. Do you reckon Ndiaye starts? To be honest, with Grealish out, I struggle to see Ndiaye not starting. But I suppose it just depends on the fitness team that assessed him yesterday, really, isn't it? Hello from Chicago, USA. It'd be 3:30 a.m. and minus 22 degrees outside, but here because the points are worth it. Yes, JD Dubon. Good morning, Ua. Good to see you. This time it's personal. Currently have Semenyo captain, but willing to change. Is it worth going against Haaland, captain Thiago, or maybe even Verts? Kyle, I think it is. Haaland scored 1 goal. People have been bringing up Haaland's record against Wolves this week, and I've seen the record. I saw him score 2 goals in the opening day of the season against Wolves. However, what they're not factoring in is just how awful Haaland's been of late. And to be fair, I really do think there is a world where he starts on the bench. I was having this discussion with Nightmare. And I said to Nightmare, look at Man City's fixtures, right? So they've got the Carabao Cup. They've got a must-win game against Galatasaray. Look at the fixtures for Man City and tell me, when's he going to get a rest if he doesn't get a rest against Wolves? When are they resting him? They're not resting him away against Spurs, away against Liverpool, at home against Fulham, at home against Newcastle. This has to be the game. If he's ever going to get a rest, it's today. It just has to be today. There's no other fixture you're going to rest him for that you should be... if Man City can't rest Haaland and beat the 20th place team Wolves at home, they might as well just give the title to Arsenal, because you're not winning the title if you can't bench Haaland this week and win. That's what it comes down to for me. That's my thinking about it, if that makes sense. I got the armband on Thiago this week. Nice. Is Foden, Gakpo to Enzo and Fernandes worth a -4 in Gameweek 24? Yes, I'd say so. I like Tarkowski captain choice. Fair play, Darius. DCL might, and honestly, DCL unit could definitely ruin it 100%. So the thing is, I feel like Tarkowski's sitting. If it goes poorly, right, Tarkowski's still probably going to get 4 points. He's almost going to get he almost could lock him in for 4 points. I don't think Leeds are scoring more than 2 goals. In fact, that'd be 3 points. But I feel like Tarkowski beats Haaland anyway. I think Haaland gets a maximum of 2 points today, if even he gets that. I'm in real trouble. I have a trade my only player who can play left back and is extremely low, mate. He's now injured. No. Yes, that can happen. That can happen, Avi. I've got a few injuries as well. I try to get the players up as quickly as possible, and because I want to keep getting promoted, I have to keep training these players. So I run the risk. Today I've done it well because in Div 7, obviously South Park will be on during the live watch along with the Bournemouth Liverpool game later. We'll flick to that during the live footy and watch along during that game. But essentially, I've done it well. I've rested all my good players for the top of the table clash. So we should be good tonight. Smoke them, and then I can start rotating them again. Let's have a look. I'm wondering what to do with Semenyo and Ekatike next week. Is Thiago and one of them, Boomo and Dyer, the way to go? I've got Bruno, Rice, Rogers and Enzo. To be honest, I'm weighing up a double Man United attack again, which it always ends poorly for me because I get too invested. I feel like I've been swept up already by the carrick at the wheel train, and I feel like I'm going to get led down this path where I think Man United are back. We're going to beat Arsenal, then we go to Fulham and lose. Like Fulham will come to Old Trafford right off of a win, and I'll be deluded to think that Man United are back. In reality, they're not back at all. What's the poll saying? Actually, I'm going to start that poll again. Sorry, I forgot about that. Morning, Darius. Would I be crazy to captain Fernandes? Honestly, I expect Man United to score against Arsenal, right? If Man United score against Arsenal, Bruno Fernandes will be involved. If Bruno Fernandes is involved, he's on bonus points. Like, legit. The dude will literally, if Man United score, Bruno's going to be probably finishing on a 10-point haul. I would guess. Would be my guess. All right, who are you captaining this week? Bear with me 1 second. I'm just going to quickly do this. Who are you cap? I feel like most people are just going to default to Haaland. And like it's because of the fact you're looking at your team, right, and you're like, I've got a player that costs 15.1 million. He's got Wolves at home, which is, well, in theory, should be the best fixture in the league. But I feel like I've just been, because I've gone against him so many times this season, I've got no fear of it. Like, I've been on the wrong side of it. I've been on the right side of it. I know how it can go. I know it can go one way or the other. Oh, I need to get rid of this phone link thing. Why is that still showing up? I thought I'd cancelled that. There we go. Quit that. Who are you captaining this week? Where are we at this week? All right. So I feel like Haaland is going to be the obvious answer. I'm going to put Thiago in there because Thiago seems to be quite a popular option. I'm going to put Semenyo as well because I actually think that he is the best option. And then we'll put someone else. Someone else. Why is it so hot in this room? It must be 40 degrees. I'm sweating here. Right, there we go. Powerful. Actually, you know what? Bear with a second. I need to close this door because I think the cold air's going out. All right, we should be good. Chair only took over for a second. All right, the poll should now be up there. Get your votes in. Let me know. Look, yeah, Haaland's off to a flying start there in the polls. All right, hopefully that fixes it. Oh, I'm sweating buckets in here. It's horrible. All right, no lag. Third time's a charm. Yeah, touch wood. Hold on. I'm sorry, I missed a bunch of chat. I'm going back up. Playing Arctic Circle, did that a lot to most teams? Yeah, I actually think that Haaland's played 90 minutes on a synthetic pitch as well. Like, people are overlooking this fact as well. And I just feel like, yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure. Play one of Virgil van Dijk, O'Reilly, Mukiele. I'd play Mukiele. Rodri completely lost his head on Wednesday. Yeah, Wolves could easily get in City players. Yeah, I agree. Who scores the ball header first? Virgil van Dijk or Gahey? Mark Gahey. Verts or Thiago? Thiago. We're back, baby. We are back. Please, yeah, give the stream a like. Hello, Creed. Good to see you in the chat, buddy. I do want to get rid of Foden, but I don't have a better option this week. I already have Bruno, thinking to get Enzo and Boomo next week, but I do want more info on those two. Yeah, that's fair. I would agree. Who gets a haircut first, the Dean or that other guy, United fan? Honestly, if Man United win against Arsenal, I reckon he gets a cut before I do. Definitely would be nice to see United win 5 in a row. I know, I'd be loving life if they won 5 in a row. I'd be very happy. 2-1 down at halftime. Ball on Watson at 1-5-2. Watson the GOAT. How many goals did he get? Luke? What was his goal involvement? I mean, that dude is... I can't believe the kind of nonsense luck you guys are getting with some of these players. Am I crazy for playing Aronson over Tarkowski? No. I just believe that Everton win the game, and I believe that they will keep a clean sheet. I could definitely see Leeds winning the game as well. Like, I'm just going off my own gut feel, if that makes sense. I'm coming for the D share. Yeah, you are. Give this man a like in preparation for the FPL Marathon Watch. I know. I think we're good to go now. I'm not going to turn anything off after this stream. We're going to continue on. We're just going to leave the computer open so that way we know we're good for later on. I have Haaland, Foden, O'Reilly, Bruno G, which are all doubts. With one free transfer, should I bring Bruno F in for Bruno G? Yep. Bought my 25 rated right back on at halftime and he got an assist and a goal. That's unbelievable. I can't afford to take out Gooey for Thiago about a -4. Can't afford to take out Gooey for Thiago at -4. And if I get Calvert-Lewin, I can't afford Bruno in game week 24. Should I roll the transfer, 2.6 million in the bank? I'd take the -4. You don't want Gooey anyway. Just, yeah. I mean, -4 to get rid of Gooey feels pretty damn nice. I know you got, I just feel like I'd do that. I feel like it's a no-brainer. I just can't convince myself to bring in any United assets, Bruno included, the next guy. Yeah, you're right. Carrick's at the wheel, no, baby. Nice, love to see that. But, oh, hold on, what have we got? But, man, I need more players. I feel like Glasner would sum them up to get 4 to 6 points against City Arsenal. I know. Honestly, it would not surprise me in the slightest, DM McDonald. I just get a feeling Foden doesn't start. If you want my front six, if I've got any idea about tonight's game, I don't know who they line up with defensively, right? It could be O'Reilly. I'd imagine it's going to be Kushinov, Gahey, Ake, and someone else. And probably Rico Lewis, to be honest, because I don't think Nunes is going to be available. And then this is how I reckon the front six are. I reckon if I've got half an idea about life and Man City and Pep Guardiola, I reckon it's Reinders, Rodri, Bernardo Silva, Doku, Marmoush, and Semenyo. I reckon that's the front six. I reckon Haaland, Turkey, Foden, they all get benched. But I could be wrong. I could be completely and utterly wrong, but I feel like I could be right as well. I get a feeling Foden, I just think that his weaker obvious choice is Haaland. Got a feeling City are going to take out... They could. They honestly could. Hope you're good, bro. I'm good, Lee. Mile 25 in Cape Town today. Lovely. Good luck today. Good luck to you as well. I think Foden and Haaland start. Oh, thank you very much, M. Abdos. Who should I start? Anderson, Fulham, or O'Reilly? My only worry is O'Reilly coming off the bench like last. I think I'd start Anderson. I feel like Anderson's a lock for at least 3 points. I think Brighton score. I also think Wolves score. So, then you just back it in. O'Reilly's not going to get the DC. He just doesn't. He just doesn't get it. And Anderson's a pretty good chance of getting it. And I don't think Brighton score a boatload of goals. So I think I feel like I'd go with that one, to be honest. All right, mile 25, start Mukiele or Watkins. Mukiele or Watkins, I think you've got to start Watkins there, surely. Bruno Fernandes, captain, love it. Bateman, good to see you in the chat, buddy. You can call me an AI king as I'm buying and die. Love it. Absolutely love it. In Wildcard 24 team, Bruno F, Rice and Bimo, maybe Haaland a lock for me. Who else should I put in my watch list of mids and forward? To be honest, I feel like if I was putting together a wildcard team next week, I'd have double United attack because I'm an idiot. I'd have Rice. I'd probably have... This is going to sound really boring and stupid, but I'd probably have Caicedo. Why? Because I think he's got a floor of 4 points, and I think he's going to play every week. And I've watched Chelsea the last couple of games under Rosinha. I just feel like Caicedo is probably a really good pick, and no one's going to be talking about him. He's going to be quite a nice differential. I don't like Villa at all. Darius and Rodgers seems like a trap. Yeah, I'm not interested in Rodgers, to be honest. I feel like Rodgers does really well against the weak teams, though, so he should be right the next 4 or 5 weeks. People say Rodri was crucial to Man City. He was injured, but Pro came back. I actually think that Rodri's just not right yet, to be honest. My team name is Eek. It's TK. I want to win the D-Unit shirt more than anything I ever wanted. There's going to be plenty of chances to win it. There's the cup, the cup for the league. I'm going to hand out a shirt for that as well. I'm currently captaining the sheep, but I transferred Bruno G to Sade. Wow. I love the Sade shout. The Sade shout could be really good. Like, he's such a good pick. He's such a different pick that it's just a nice pick, and I love that. Is Bruno G confirmed not to start? To be honest, I was actually going to bench Haaland for Bruno G, but I don't think he starts. I don't think Bruno G plays. So for that reason, I'd just be wasting my time. 8 Nori maybe? Yes. 8 Nori. I forgot about him. Yeah, he probably starts. Would you get rid of Foden for Mbumo or Enzo? I'd get rid of him for Mbumo, but I wouldn't do it today. And I wouldn't buy Enzo today either. I think FPL need to do something about the captain and vice. Yeah, I agree. They should be able. They should do a rolling captain like UCL. Make it a lot more interesting. I think Cherky plays, but the rest don't. Yep, Pep will bench Haaland. He will play players who are good at roaming. And yeah, exactly. Darius, let's go. Doing sucker to Semenyo because I'm not a sheep. Love it. It's been so weird with City as well. Pep hasn't really rotated all the season. Every time you think some of the big hitters might get rested, that. Yeah, I know. That is a very good point. Good to see you, Shane. How's Mrs. D in it? When is she? Oh, she'll be back 2nd of February. She's coming back. So I've got another week or so just chilling here by myself. Darius, take a WhatsApp direct message for City info. Hey, how funny is that? Did I not just call that lineup almost perfectly? The only difference in the lineup I said, apparently this is coming out, FPL Citizens or whatever reckons it's Nunes, Kushinov, Gahey, O'Reilly, Donnarumma, Bernardo Silva, Rodri, Cherky, Doku, Semenyo, Marmoush. I almost had the front six nailed. The only one I had wrong was Cherky instead of Reinders. I really think that it happens, you know. I reckon I'm just ahead of the curve. I reckon I'm ahead of the curve. Yes, calm, Shane. Yeah, you're right, mate. I'm now thinking Tavernier to Semenyo for -4 and start both Foden and Semenyo. Love it. I'm stuck with 5 City players due to Semenyo Gay, so I need to wait another week for an extra transfer. Fair. Bateman was right. Jan Butcher charging money for 3.6 million advice. Yeah, criminal, isn't it? I'm good. I'm good, my friend. I'm good. I hope you're good as well. So Bruno G completely out. I think he is. He might not be, but I'm betting he is. Who would you captain between Enzo, Wirtz and Wilson? I'd go Wilson out of those 3. Was Saka to Palmer a good transfer? Was Saka to Palmer a good transfer? Don't know, honestly. Ranko, Riley, Roden and Richards. Richards, Roden, O'Reilly. Yes, the stream is back. We should be good for the rest of the time, hopefully with a little bit of luck. Bruno G needs to rest, ready for PSG, exactly. Am I crazy for captaining Pickford and Mukia versus Bowen? No. Fighting Newcastle versus Villa, very tough to call. I went with a nil or draw. Played João and Enzo or Mukiele and Rogers. See, I'm playing Bowen, so I'm like, I've got Mukiele last on my bench. So it's hard for me to give advice on Mukiele because I feel like I'm expecting Bowen and West Ham to score. So, but I know it's 100% biased because of the fact that I'm playing Bowen. So it just depends on whether you believe me or not, really. A week alone with no Mrs. Darius. What's the dream? Just doing not much, man. Having a few drinks by myself. I actually went for a 6K run yesterday. First time I've been able to do any exercise for like what has been just over 4 weeks. I did some ab workouts as well, so we're going to start losing the body fat that I've been racking up the last month. I think just playing Haaland is enough. Yep, Bruno F. Perma captain next few. Honestly, he probably is. A perfect song for your mate is a group called Public Image. The song is perfect FPL 4. It's lovely. After Arsenal, should I do Jollington for Wirtz at -4? Oh, I don't know. I'm not sure if Wirtz is a buy, to be honest. Like, I've got Wirtz on the sell list. Is my gut feel on that one. I really feel like that's my gut feel on that one. I'm so confused about the Nunes situation right now just to go to start him. Yeah, I agree. Just start him. If you've got him, start him. I think if he's right, he'll start. Watch a robot come off the bench and bag a hat-trick. He might. Play Donnarumma or Dubravka. I'd play Donnarumma. And now I know you can't take that run-around lineup as gospel, and it sounds insane to say. Is there an argument to be made to bench Haaland this week? I was going to bench Haaland, but Bruno G got injured. So that paid to that plan. Living in your own head, mate. This is your chance, Darius, to change Bowen and Mukiele, not to have points in the bench. Fair? I'm not going to do it. I firmly believe in Jared Bowen. I know the card on the card calls yesterday said that Mukiele beat Bowen, but I'm backing against the card. The card's been horribly wrong in the late mail of late, so I'm not going to back that in. Taking Haaland out for Thiago for a few weeks. Captain Thiago or Tarko? I think both are great. Vice captain and captain as you see fit. I feel like Thiago could actually go massive this week. Like there is a world where he goes massive. I might actually change my vice captain to Thiago. Thoughts on transferring out Ekatike for Thiago? Great move. Are there any free apps to watch the footy in Aussie? No. Not that I'm aware of. I've got a Fire Stick, so I watch it for that. But because of the fact I do watch-alongs, I need the football as well, not on a Fire Stick. So I've got the basic Stand Sport subscription on my computer just so I can do the live watch-alongs for you guys. Who does a card absolutely hate as captain this week? Probably who I've gone with. Bench Rogers or Croupy Jr.? Croupy Jr. Have you changed your benching order, D in it, or are the graphics just wrong? No? That's correct. Bruno G, number 1, O'Reilly, Mukiele. For Bruggen. Yeah, that's right. Pretty sure that's right. West Ham get the win today. I reckon they do as well. 200k rank in a pickle. Start Timber, Gabriel and Bruno, or drop Timber for Mukiele, or drop Bruno for Mukiele and play a back 5. Ooh, far out. I'd probably... you can't drop Bruno. I looked at dropping Bruno Fernandes out, even though I bought him in, because it is Arsenal away. They just know. I've just got a feeling Man United score, and if Man United score, Bruno's involved. Like Bruno Fernandes is 100% involved, I reckon. I'm mentioning Haaland. This guarantees at least 30 points. Dirty 2-point Haaland. I know. I have to change his name. It's going to be not Dirty 2-point Dom anymore. It's going to be Dirty 2-point Haaland. Dirty 2-point Haaland Captain Sheep. That's what it's going to be, ladies and gents. Shouldn't Mukiele be first or O'Reilly because of the Bruno? That's fair. I might need to change that. Dirty 1-point Haaland. If you want to find ways of watching the football, then you need to get in the WhatsApp group. Yep, exactly. Firestick can get a cream for that. Currently, a friend told me. Yeah. In Australia, they're not hot on it like they are in the UK. I could just tell you that much straight out the gate. Am I going crazy bringing in Salah? No, it's risky. I looked at it this week. Not gonna lie, I looked at it this week. I'm chasing rank, right? Like I'm looking for ways where I think it's intelligent to try and take it on. I need to see more. I need to see him score a goal, do something before I potentially go there. Mika Football app is great for watching football. Works in most countries. Very nice. I hope the best for you, my man. Thank God we have you against the Sheeps. You better believe it. We need... That's the thing. I was like going, you watch anyone else. Like, if you go and watch any other Deadline stream at the moment, they're all probably got Haaland captain because that's just what they're like. They all play exactly the same way. And I'm not sitting there trying to be different. I just play my own way. Like, anyone that watched me last year knows that I do weird stuff. Unfortunately, it's just this year... It's not quite come off the same way as it came off last year. That can happen, unfortunately. The way I play, I'm either going to have feast or famine. I'm either going to have a really good rank for the entire season, or I'm going to be chasing my tail for most of it. Unfortunately, the first 6 weeks, my ideas on the entire game were just so far off it. I've been playing catch-up ever since. Bench Lafee, Rogers or Cherky? Lafee. Wish I had Thiago this week because then I would definitely captain him. Forrest, yeah, Forrest have been woeful, haven't they? Captain Semenyo or Thiago? I'd go Semenyo just because I think he's the best captain this week. Like Semenyo is, and I don't own him. Do I start Gravenberch or Wilson? Wilson. Semenyo captain and Bruno F vice. One of this season's phrases, risk averse. Legit. I think Brentford might smash Forest. Forest are really crap. Nothing up the park for them. Like Forest lose 3-0. You'd imagine Thiago gets probably at least a goal in that. I'm just going to quickly... I forgot to do this before. I'm quickly doing it now. There we go. It comes out. Brilliant. All right. Lovely. With your own team and value, I reckon you get... I know. I said this to... It's annoying. I feel like I'm well set up, right? Like, very well set up for if Saka, Palmer, Salah start popping, I can afford them. Like, and also afford to keep Haaland as well and not have a completely basket team, the rest of them. So, like, part of me is, like, hoping. I'm hoping one of these guys starts banging it in. Because, like, then I'll actually be able to put the team value to use. Because at the moment, the team value is not getting put to use. Having said that, though, O'Reilly will be becoming timber as the deadline gets out. I'll be moving him out straight out the door. I think next week Arsenal have Leeds away. I'm expecting them to, well, do pretty well there. So I'm going to bring in Timber and play a double Arsenal defence next week. That's the plan. Next week, I'm actually going to play a back five. So Tarkowski is going to play against Brighton. Chalobah's obviously got West Ham at home. I'm going to bench Bowen. I might play Thiago. I'm not sure about him. I'm going to play a back five next week because Mukiele has got Burnley at home next week. So 100% next week, I'm loading up 5 defenders straight out the gate. The first time I've ever done it in my entire life, I'll be playing 5 defenders next week. Forest kept a clean sheet against Arsenal last week. Yeah, I think that Forest went away to Portugal though, and I feel like they're going to be tired because they played like. Anderson got sent off, so a lot of those players are probably going to be pretty tired. Collins is in the 1 week punts this week. I think he's going to be great. Should I hold or keep Foden and Bruno G? You could hold Bruno G. I think Bruno G will be fine, but won't be fine this week. Foden is an issue that just needs sorting, and I've sorted him. What's going on, D? Just logged on. Have you heard about any... Well, I've read a lineup that was very... This is what I've got sent to me, right? So... I'm very transparent. If I get sent someone, I don't know how much I trust this. I don't know who the FPL citizens are. But apparently, it's Nunes, Kushinov, Gahey, O'Reilly, Bernardo, Rodri, Cherky, Doku, Semenyo, Marmoush. Like, that's the lineup. Apparently, that's what he's been using in training. Maybe I'll start O'Reilly over Haaland. That'd be pretty funny, wouldn't it? Imagine if that actually comes in and like Haaland just gets a complete and utter rest. Have you heard about... Yep. If I trade, it'll be Foden and Bruno G to Enzo. Yeah, don't mind it. That's pretty good. That's pretty good moves. I think Chalobah's a great option in the next few weeks, but too convinced with Enzo. Or yeah, I actually think Caicedo's a better pick. Like, I'm not going to lie. You've got the floor of 4 points, and then if he gets anything on top, it's just going to be a bonus, isn't it? If you wildcard, can you just continually chase rising values throughout the week? Yes, you can. Yep, 100%. Just make sure that if you're selling someone that you want back, you're aware of your selling price. Because if you've got a lower selling price to what they're actually worth, you're going to have to pay more for them if you get rid of them. Forrest got a red card, missed penalty, and own goal in Portugal. That's mad, and it was super funny. I really like the look of my team this week. FPL Gods will ensure this week it sucks. That's always what it looks like. Whenever your team looks amazing, it looks crap. Will Mateus Nunes start? Well, according to that lineup I just read out, apparently he is, but I don't know. I don't trust leaks. I've never been one to get invested in them. I just play who I think is going to do well. Anderson also got red carded after coming on after half-time. Yep, there we go. No Haaland. Hope that Haaland gets a one-pointer. I actually think that if... As I said, I think that Haaland gets benched, right? I feel like he gets benched. And if City are winning the game, he's not coming on. Like, why would you bring him on if they're winning the game? But it'd be pretty funny if he came on for a one-pointer. I like the sound of Nightmare's tactic. Rotate between Mukiele and Bruno G. Whoever's playing at home, you start him and bench the other who will be away. Yep. I'm also captaining Tarkowski. Is your reasoning to not captaining Haaland just chasing rank? Or do you... I don't think Haaland starts, so that's why I'm not captaining him. Like, if I thought Man City were in form, if I've been watching Man City the last few weeks and Haaland been banging in, I'd 100% be captaining him. But I've watched Man City the last 6 weeks. The dude has got one penalty in the last 6 weeks or whatever it is. He's got one penalty goal from the last 8 games he's played. Like, why would I captain someone not in form? Like, that is just... I know what people are forgetting though. The Wolves are not the Leicester Cities of last year. Like, Wolves are not going to get spanked. The famous last words, but Wolves are not going to get spanked 4 or 5-0. They might lose by the odd goal. I don't think I don't think City win by a lot today, but I think they win. But I don't think they win by a lot. Thoughts on a sneaky bone captaincy? Love it. I love the differential captains. Ballard Bullet header is coming soon. It is. If Haaland benched, hope Wolves go up by halftime because that would be so funny. Legit. I don't know what's going on with Man City. Like, Man City are just they're in a weird pickle at the moment. I don't understand what's going on there. You'd think they've just bought Semenyo, they've just bought Mark Gahey. The squad literally looks stacked, and yet they're playing really average football. It's the best way to describe it. They're just playing very, very average football. They don't watch football just like Gary? Yep. Yeah, well, that's probably half the problem. I mean, I know Gary's definitely captaining Haaland. He believes that Haaland's in great form, I believe. Play your own way, but Liverpool midfield versus Bournemouth midfield is where that game is won. That's fair. Start Foden or Haaland? Neither if you can. Morning, Peter. Great to see you in the chat, buddy. Good to see. Sexy badge, man. Sexy badge. Is Nunez starting? Apparently, all I can say, I've seen the leaked lineup. Nunez is in that leaked lineup. So is O'Reilly, by the way, which is interesting. And then it's Kushinov and Gahey. I mean, like, you would think that's actually probably Man City's best starting back four at the moment. So maybe that's what it is. Part of me is like, I should just bench Haaland for O'Reilly and just roll it. Like, completely take on the sheep and hope I've got it right. I mean, it'd make for pretty bloody good content if I do get it right, that's for sure. 2.7 million, I have O'Brien captain him or Ekitike. I feel like I'd go Ekitike in that case, but I do feel like Everton keep a clean sheet this week, which is why I'm captaining Tarkowski at the moment. Last week, though, I did defer to the card for captaincy, and it called it correctly. Someone came on here and literally almost convinced me to captain Wilson. I deferred to the card, and the card picked Gabriel over Wilson, and the card called it correctly on the deadline stream. I feel like the card's time is always the deadline stream and not on the late mail. The late mail is never correct. Well, it feels like it's never correct this year anyway. I think you should captain Bruno Fernandes. DC's goal assist, bonus potential. Tarko has no goal threat anymore. I feel like he has a little bit of goal threat, but yeah, you could be right, to be honest. Good morning, folks. Tark has a low ceiling. He's got a high floor, though. That's the difference. Like, Tark's got a high floor. If Everton keep a clean sheet, Tarkowski is on at least 8 points. He's on at least 8 points. Like, so if I believe they keep a clean sheet, Tarkowski's on 8 points. If it's a low-scoring game, he's probably in double figures. So that's my understanding about that, if that makes sense. Evening, Benji. Have Haaland still my 11, but captaining Timber, have a good feeling of at least they got a CS from Arsenal. That's fair. I actually was tempted to go back to Gabriel. I feel like if I hadn't bought Bruno Fernandes in, I probably would have left it on Gabriel, to be honest. The sheep are terrified of Semenyo. Fact, I've captained him. Fair. I think Semenyo will be great today, by the way. Leeds away form isn't too bad. I don't think they've scored a lot of goals, though. Hold on, I could be wrong. Let me just double check. Who's a Leeds player? I'm going to have to go out of this screen really quickly. Let's go to Calvert-Lewin. So 1-0. They scored 1 goal. They scored 3 goals away at Newcastle. 1 goal. They drew 0-0 against Liverpool. 1 goal against Sunderland away. 1 goal against Brentford away. 2 goals against City away. I mean, they have been scoring goals. It has to be fair. You could be right. You might actually be right. I didn't really think of that, to be honest. Maybe the card will lead me down a garden path. Maybe it'll be like Tarkowski versus Wilson. Let's ask the card, eh? Let's ask the card. What a minefield Manchester City are. They are literally a minefield. So do you think I should do the following trades? Bruno G, Enzo, and Foden. Bruno Fernandes is a no-brainer. Like, I had no hesitations making that move Saturday night. And I knew Foden was playing Wolves this week. And I knew that Bruno was playing Arsenal. I still had no hesitations about doing it. It just made perfect sense to me. I think you should make a poll for your differential captaincy poll. Yeah, maybe. That's a very good shout, to be honest. Well, Haaland's definitely winning the vote at the moment. 52% of people are still captaining him. Mad. 52% of people are captaining someone. Let me pull it out for you folks. that has gone 2 points, 6 points, 2 points, 2 points, 2 points in the last 5 weeks. People are blindly captaining a player that has got 1 penalty in the last 5 weeks. That's his only points in the last 5 weeks. I'm actually baffled by how many people are still captaining him. Like, they're obviously watching a different Man City than I am. Legit. I don't like anyone else, so I'm going Haaland. Yeah, fair. Would you captain Ekatike, Gordon, Enzo, Voden, Rice? No Evan and defenders either. I'd captain Rice. Should I wait game week or just do it now? Like, part of me wanted it. I didn't want to get Bruno Fernandes until next week. But the dude has got 7 points, 10 points, and he's back in the number 10 role. Like, if Man United score against Arsenal, he's 100% returning. Like, he's definitely going to be involved in that. Should I get Wirtz for Bruno G? I don't know about. I don't think Wirtz is a buy. I know I've got him in my team, but he's definitely on the agenda to sell over the coming weeks. I'm back. The stream working nicely now. Yep. Tarkowski is my captain this week. Nice. Semenyo is an easy captain this week. I agree. Semenyo is definitely an easy captain. D in at train. Tough picking the last bench spot between Bruno and Rodgers. Yeah, that is tough. That's tough. If that's your last bench, you probably should be bench boosting. Will Saka start tomorrow? Yeah, I think he will start tomorrow. That Arsenal don't need a win midweek, like in the Champions League. So I just don't see a world where he doesn't start this week. Foden is one of Bruno F. We'll bring him in either this week or next. And Dye, quite like him, or Sade. I love the Sade shout. If you haven't got Thiago, I really like the Sade shout. I've got Munoz and Watkins on my bench. Hippies, Galacticos, yes, Hippie. I love it. 107.7. I'm catching you, Hippie. I'm very close. I think I'm on 107.5 after the price rises today. So today I had Bruno Fernandes go up, Tarkowski go up, Wilson go up, and who was the other one? Was it Mukiele? And Mukiele go up. So I gained 4 price rises today. No drops. If we hear Foden is starting, do I play him over a guaranteed 4 points out of Anderson? I'd start Anderson. I would legitimately start Anderson. I don't think Foden's getting more than 4 points. What's your thoughts on taking out Haaland next week? I don't think taking out Haaland is a smart move. Like, I'm all for different moves. But where are you spending the money? Like, there is no other thought. I actually think I've got no interest in making any forward transfers at all. People don't like the Bowen pick, but Bowen, the last time I checked, I'm going to pull this up. I don't want to be telling fibs. Bowen is I've still got the top 3 forwards in the game. Bowen is the 3rd top scoring forward in the game, and people keep asking me about him, and I'm like, why would I change my forwards? I've got the 3 top scoring forwards in the game. There is no need for me to waste any transfers or any thinking power about my forward line. Like, if they've got a crap fixture, they're 100% on the bench. I won't even hesitate. But wasting moves on a forward line that just is literally chasing 2 points, what feels like most weeks, it's pointless. But yeah, that's my thoughts on that. I wouldn't be selling Haaland based on that. You think Sarah's a good pick? I don't mind the Sar pick. Chalobah, I'm back. Yes, football. Start Anderson E or Watkins. Anderson E. I think I'd start Watkins. It's a pretty close call, though, to be fair. Salah. Yeah, Salah could be worth it if he comes back and looks good. Admins have all picked players we think will outscore Haaland this week. Yes, we have. Now, hold on, I can share that with you. Who have we gone with? I've gone with... All right, where's the bloody... Where's the... here we go, Murat. So, Murat's gone with Palmer. I've gone with Tarkowski. Luke's gone with Sade. Rahi's gone with Semenyo. Timu Jesus has gone with Wirtz. And Simon's gone with Bowen. So we all think that those players are going to outscore Haaland this week. Have Salah as well today, maybe, yes. Mateus Nunes or Mukiele, Mateus Nunes. Haaland and Salah. Yeah, if I've got the money to do that. I would love to do that, but yeah. Anyway, captain's Haaland as a coward. I love it. That's from a City fan as well, folks. Mr. Pin's a City fan. Is Bowen 100% on penalties now? Well, I don't think Paqueta's playing, so I would imagine Jared Bowen is, but we won't know until they get one. Garda's on pen, so I'm starting him, hopefully, and Dye doesn't play. Yeah. I think Dye starts, so unfortunately. Golden, how are you? Evening, mate. Wanted to do something different to catch up, so click the wildcard for some fun. Think Semenyo's a good pickup for wildcard. This week, yes. Doesn't Salah typically underperform? Yeah, I know. I looked into the stats of Salah. So like last year, he went miles off the ball around this time of the year, and Ramadan does seem to affect him. And he's normally been pretty average post-AFCON, so something to keep in mind. Brazilian, how are you? When do you plan on using your triple captain? I'm probably going to use it on Gabriel. If Arsenal double in 24, I'm probably going to use it on Gabriel. No, 26, sorry, not 24. What am I on about? They'll have Brentford, their two away fixtures will be Brentford away and Wolves away. But I feel like there's so much upside of Gabriel getting a huge monster score over that double. Doesn't Salah typically morning D unit, your mate Nightmare advised I give your stream a go. I'm thinking of Semenyo captain, love it. Nightmare's on good stuff. Me and Nightmare like this. He's great. Absolutely great. Yeah. You'll get different. You actually get your questions answered on this stream. You don't have to super chat or anything either. Yeah, I love the Semenyo captain. If I had Semenyo on my team, I'd be captaining him. Like, no word of a lie, that's what I'd be doing. I'm going with Sade captain. Nice. I like that. Should I play Dubravka or Verbruggen? Jesus. Dubravka. I feel like Dubravka's actually got more chance of a clean sheet than Bart Simpson this week. Cue the Bart Simpson clean sheet and the Wilson blank. Bruno Fernandes in red hot form. Look at his last. I know he's been unbelievable. He really has been unbelievable. If he wasn't Arsenal, I'd probably captain Bruno this week. Going to be hilarious when Wolves win 1-0 and it doesn't matter who starts. Legit. That'd be pretty funny, to be fair. People who captain Haaland only do it because of FOMO. Yeah, I feel like who have I captained this year? When was the last time I captained him? I captained him for... I feel like I've captained him for all the 2 points recently. Every time I've gone against him and he's actually done something, I've not had him. But like recently, I've gone against him almost every week and I've been winning. So it's nice for once. Everyone captain Saka. Which one? That's the thing. I was like going... I feel like I've been pretty hot. I've said all season that Rice is a way better pick. Is actually a far better pick than Saka, and he has been a far better pick. He's started almost every game, and they've got the same amount of attacking returns, except Rice literally gets the DC 40% of the time, and Saka's had it about 5% of the time. And he's also been really good for underlying bonus, Rice. He's just been such a good asset. I have no interest in getting a Wolves asset in the double game week. None. I've got literally no interest in Wolves assets. I've got no interest in Mane, no interest at all. I'll be backing in whoever I'm playing that week to outscore Mane and any Wolves player that people go with. Zero interest in a Wolves asset. Garner a captaincy option, yes. Leak from reliable source. Liverpool lineup, same as midweek against Marseille. They played 4-2-2-2 with Salah and Ekatika up front. That looks pretty nice, I reckon. Everton conceded 3 home to Wolves. They did. I just can't see that happening again. Mane and Jose Sarr, your thoughts? Not keen. Not keen. DCL, Wilson or Rodgers? It's got to be DCL unit. Start Bruno G or Rodgers. It's got to be Rodgers. I think Bruno G is probably not going to play, which is why I've got him on the bench. Let's ask the card. Wilson or Tarkowski captain? Oh, see, the card wants me to go Wilson this week. Originally, I had it on Wilson at the very beginning of the week, right? I had it on Wilson tonight. Every time I go against the card on the deadline stream, it always ends up backfiring. Is there a better captain than Tarkowski and Wilson in my team this week? No. Maybe it is. Maybe Wilson is the... Maybe I need to go back to what I was originally going to do and just go Wilson captain and I hope I've read it right. Is Thiago a good captain this week? Apparently not. If Haaland starts, I might make an appearance in FPL Nightmare Shed. Start Roofs or Dubravka. Already own Bowen. Dubravka. Captaining Sade, nice. Would you pick Saliba over Timber at the moment? No. I feel like Kincape and Mosquera are back. I feel like Saliba's going to get a bit more rotation. Is my gut feel. I feel like Timber's the one I will be moving to. Put a fiver on Wolves, Burnley and Bournemouth to win. Man, imagine if that happened. That would actually be paying a lot of money if you did that. If you had Palmer, would you have captain this week? No. I know Palmer's got a couple of goals late, but they've been from the penalty spot. He's done not much else. He's definitely not right. He's definitely playing injured. I feel like the only reason why he hasn't gone for surgery is because he wants to go to the World Cup. If it wasn't for that, I reckon it just, yeah. Don't captain Wilson. I mean, the card's pretty hot. I mean, I followed the card's advice last week, and it didn't lead me astray. I went Gabriel versus Wilson. It picked Gabriel. This week, it said Wilson over Tarkowski. I might have to do it, unfortunately. Dewsbury Hall or Richards first sub. I don't think Dewsbury Hall's going to make the game this week, so I'd say Richards. Thoughts on selling Haaland in 24. Happy to not captain him from now to 33 if Palmer is an option next week. Who's he got? He's got Spurs, Liverpool, Fulham, Newcastle, Leeds, Forest, West Ham, Palace. I feel like Haaland the next couple of weeks is just a... I mean, City have to win. They just need to rest him. They need to give him a week's rest and just reset his mind. And then he'll be fine, probably. Leeds should score goals. Imagine how pissed off Palmer would be when he's not picked in England's final World Cup. Oh, man, legit. Captaining Wilson, heard a rumour on X that Haaland will start on the bench. That's why I've not been captaining Haaland all week. People will be like, why? Because I believe he's going to stay on the bench. And Nightmare, I hope Nightmare watches this back because I know he's at work at the moment. I hope you give me credit because I was having the argument and I said I'm 95% sure Haaland gets benched against Wolves. And he was like, there's no chances. And I was like, I'm telling you, I'm very confident if I could bet on the starting lineup, I bet on Haaland on the bench. Like hands down. Ask the card, sell Haaland a DCL unit for a -4 and triple captain DCL unit. Don't believe that. The card said yes. It's trolling you, Avi. Just don't do it. Don't do that. We can't. Oh man! You know what? This is the week where Dirty Dom does something. Like this is the week where he does something. I've been pretty. I actually said Dirty Dom. Like Luke thought I was taking a piss. Originally, when he was like, "Let's do a little competition. Let's do all the admins. Pick someone that's going to outscore Haaland this week." And I said, "Dirty 2-point Dom." I was like, "Dirty Dom will get 3 points this week and beat Haaland." Haaland should have stayed in Norway for a week, legit. Dirty Dom, mate. Definitely not captaining the Dirty Dom. Spoiler, I might bring Haaland back in for Gameweek 26. Ask the card, Tarkowski or Palmer captain? Tarkowski versus Palmer. See, it doesn't like Tarkowski captain. It's gone from Palmer captain. So I feel like the card's either trolling or it's bang on here. I'm very tempted to go to Wilson now. I originally, and as I said, sometimes you just got to go with your gut feel at the start of the week. And at the start of the week, I actually had Wilson captain. So maybe it's a sign. Maybe it's a sign. Why are people bringing him in? He's risen in price. That is a sign. People must believe he's going to do something. Thoughts on Rice captain? I like it. Don't mind it. Wilson or Thiago captaincy? Now, if this goes for Wilson over Thiago, I'm doing the Wilson captain. It's gone with Thiago captain. Look, see, the card's contradicting itself now. It can't be trusted. It can't be trusted. Going super defensive, 5 at the back. Tark, Hall, Alderete, Chalobah, Anderson. I don't mind it. I don't mind it. The points are in defence this season, folks. And I think the quicker we wake up to it, the better off we're probably going to be. Do I back in that league and just play O'Reilly over Haaland? I might swap that around, you know. Because if that league's correct and O'Reilly starts, I feel like I'd rather him. I don't think Haaland plays, is my gut feel. And I think if Man City are in front, I'm probably going to get O'Reilly's points off the bench with a little bit of luck. I love 5 at the back. Who would you bench? Bruno, Haaland and Bumo, Rogers, Thiago, Watkins, Enzo or Rice? I'm assuming that's Rice, not Ride. I'd bench him Bumo this week. Oh, no, actually, no. I'd take that back. I'd bench Enzo Fernandez this week. Similar rank to you, Dean. I'm at 1.2, was 500k 2 weeks ago. What's the dream target by the end? Top 100k. I'm going to get top 100k. I'm gonna go on a run at some point. Well, I am slowly going on a run now, but I feel like I'm going to start making some good points up soon. Semenyo versus Thiago, captain. Semenyo. Card just seems to hate Tarkowski this week. Legit. What's the leak? Haaland starts on the bench, Foden on the bench. What's the leak? Big D, Thiago captain, sold Haaland. Time to sink or swim. Oh, I love that. That's sexy. What'd you do with the money, Rob? What'd you do with the money? Ask the card if Ray will ever be the second best admin. Hate to say it, Luke. The card reckons yes. The league says that Haaland, Foden are benched. Like, this is the leak I've got. Like, this, I don't know whether you want to believe it. I don't know if I believe it. But it's from the FPL Citizens. I don't know. They're a fan account. Apparently, this is based on the lineup Guardiola has been using in training. Donnarumma, Nunez, Kushinov, Gahey, O'Reilly, Bernardo Silva, Rodri, Cherki, Doku, Semenyo, and Marmoush. Yeah, that's all I got. I don't know if it's true. I don't know who that account is, but that's what I've been sent. It's been slated that Haaland and Foden are benched. Yep. Play 3, Bruno G, Cherki, Mukiele, Joao, Mane. It's got to be Cherki. Cherki's meant to be starting, so he's definitely in. In your team, I'd probably play Joao and Bruno G and have Mukiele first sub. Pepper's starting. He is. Haaland's like an IKEA flat pack wardrobe. Once you get him in, you cannot get him in. Cards diluted, folks. If it's backing Rahi, you can't back any of the shouts. Wildcard upgraded defense. Gabriel, Timber, Munoz, Tarkowski. Also Bruno Fernandes and Mbuma. That's sexy. Your mate Andy still has the robot as captain. He's going to change. 100% he will change. I hope he captain. Who's his vice? He'll have Saka vice captain. And he's so predictable. Haaland captain, Saka vice captain. That's what he'll do. Buy Creepy for Gooey and bench boost with Mukiele, Rogers and Raya. That's decent. Liverpool legs. Yeah, apparently it's the same lineup as midweek for Liverpool. Ask the card if it's diluted. At least it's honest. I stopped watching Andy and Oscar. They just roll. Luke, you're asked. You captained Frimpong last game week. Stop clowning. Talk big, then roll. Almost 10 games. I know we're getting there. Slowly but surely we're getting there. It's just hard when you're trying to break into an established order or something. You just got to keep persisting with it. Really. Roll. Who would you bring in for Foden? I brought in Bruno Fernandes. My transfer this week was Foden out, Bruno Fernandes in. So that's what I'd do. You could bring in Dye. Don't mind that. Start Joao or Mukiele. Bowen, he's playing it. I'd start Joao. I think West Ham scored today. Like Sunderland, if this was at home, I'd be benching Bowen, playing Mukiele, but it's away, so I'm playing Bowen, benching Mukiele. If you're a man, you'll captain someone other than Haaland. Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm a man. Saka or Bruno? Saka's minutes scare me considering Bruno's on set pieces. Yeah, I just feel like Bruno Fernandes he's just elite, isn't he? He's elite. Are Arsenal going to keep a clean sheet this week? Well, the card reckons they're going to keep a clean sheet. Maybe I should captain Gabriel again. That'd be a weird watch along. Having Bruno playing against Gabriel with Gabriel captain. Gabriel's actually gone at the same points per game as Haaland. Like, he's legit, no word of a lie, a fantastic captaincy option. Like, if Arsenal keep the clean sheet against Man United, which realistically they might. Let's have a look at what their stats are this season. So, at home, 0-0 against Liverpool. Aston Villa, they conceded against Aston Villa, didn't they? They conceded against Brighton at home. Conceded against Wolves at home. Kept Brentford out. Conceded 1 to Tottenham. Kept Palace out. Kept the Hammers out. Man City, they conceded once. Forest, they didn't. Leeds, they didn't. Like, the odds are they're going to keep a clean sheet, isn't it? Like, Gabriel's played 15 games. Gabriel's played 15 games and Arsenal have 10 clean sheets in those 15 games. It's just unbelievable. For Bruggen or Dubravka? Dubravka. Thiago captain, Tarkowski vice for me, fair. I hate having Bruno and Saka at the same time. Yeah, I have Saka on the bench. I have Rice, Bruno, Enzo, Wilson staying. Shall I sub Saka on for Wilson this week? I'd sub Saka on for Enzo this week. That's what I would do. I think Enzo's the worst midfielder you've got there this week. Dubravka over for Bruggen. Spurs are finished. Yeah. That concede versus Tottenham was really... Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. That was mad. That was some goal from the Pigeon. I really like my 11 for this week. Raya, Gabriel, Tarkowski, Anderson, Rice, Enzo, Foden, Sade, Haaland, Ekatike, Thiago, potential 70-pointer. Yeah, it's so weird. I was looking back at the scores from last season, right? Like, last season, I reckon my average score per week was almost 70 points. My average score this season is well under 60. Like, it's like 50-something. Like, there's been so fewer points this season because I have not been playing a back 4 or 5. And I feel like if I've been playing a back 4 or 5 all season, I'd be much better off, but I haven't been. I've got a feeling Arsenal 1-1 United, Gabriel and Bruno goals. Could be. Could very well be. Trade Saka for Cole Palmer. The guy is capable of a 20-pointer. Saka is not. Yeah, that's fair. Hot dog or burger? I could go a hot dog today, I reckon. Hot dog. Plus Chelsea fixtures next 5 are elite. Yeah, that's why I've got double Chelsea defence. I'm just going to rock it and hope they keep 3 clean sheets out of the next 5 games. That's what I'm doing. And I feel like even if they don't, Chalobah's really good for DCs. And Sanchez is normally pretty good for save points just with the way that Chelsea defends. And they do get quite lucky with their clean sheets. So that's the best recipe for success. Yeah, this season's been bang average. The football's been bang average as well. Let's not be kidding ourselves. It's the lowest amount of goals for a long time. There's already been 17 0-0 draws. There was 16 in the entirety of last season. Should I move from Foden to Bruno immediately after deadline? Yep, why not? Yep, I'd do that. Bench boost, Burnley, Dubravka, Spurs, Van der Ven. That's not bad. That's actually pretty good. Andy, Harry and Raptor all have Haaland captain. Good. They've all probably got Saka vice captain or someone like that. Raya, Gabriel, Gahey, Tarkowski captain, Collins vice. I think you've got it right, Rashan. I like your captaincy shout as well. Do I do Foden to Fernandes? I did. So I'm not going to say no. Thiago, I love the Thiago captaincy shout, by the way. I think Thiago captain's a really good shout as well. I feel like he'll do very well against Forest. Watch Haaland get a hat-trick, though, off the bench. Yeah, maybe. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I'm just quite comfortable backing against him. Sheep aren't men. They couldn't have the balls captaining someone other than Haaland. They just captain Haaland because he's still top of the projections. So I traded Saka out for Palmer. So now my starting mids are Bruno, Wilson, Rice, and Palmer. Nice. Is Slap going to be an option? No. DCL scoring versus Everton? I hope not. The card has said that Wilson's a better captain this week. But I can't put the trust in the card. The card has been so underwhelming this year. Last year, it called everything. I don't think it called a single decision for my team wrong last season. This season, it's been very... It's had a year off. It's had a year off. That's what it's had. It's had a year off, and it's not ideal. I am tempted by Wilson captaincy, though. Because at the start of the week, I had Wilson captain. But I do like the fact that Tarkowski plays in the last game of the game week. Like, if I'm on a green arrow come Monday, I'm 100% on the green arrow. Unless Tarkowski gets himself... I mean, he could get himself sent off. That is possible, I suppose. But, yeah. Bowen is also a good captaincy shout. Yeah, I don't mind it. Anderson on Mukiele this week. Anderson. The real question is Xerxes wig coming on in this beautiful Aussie 40-degree? No chances at all. I feel dirty for checking on those dudes. I've just seen a report that Sanchez, Gabriel, Tarkowski... What? I've just seen a report that... They're all injured. Very funny. Why would you get Fernandes, who's injured, before Arsenal away? He's not injured, that's why. There's so many captaincy choices this week. It makes it stressful. At least with Haaland, you know, you're playing it safe. Yeah, legit. I mean, that's probably why people do it, you know, because like, they don't want to take the risk. And they know that the majority of people are going to captain Haaland. So they don't... Like, if you don't captain him, you obviously are running that risk. But you also increase the risk of a massive rank gain by taking on the sheep. Like, that's like I've calculated it the last few weeks quite well. Like, I've not lost out to Haaland captain for like five game weeks now that I've done it. So I'm pretty confident I'm going to beat him again. And look, Leeds might well concede, and I still reckon Tarkowski beats Haaland this week. Is the honest answer. But I am very tempted by Wilson, just because football and stuff is in here, and I know he will love the Wilson captaincy shout. 2 start and 1 bench. Tarkowski leads at home. Rice. You're benching Van der Ven out of that, 100%. Why would you get Bruno? Because it's Bruno Fernandes. The dude can return against anyone. He's fixture proof. Go and look at his stats against Arsenal, Liverpool, Man City. Bruno Fernandes is a 50% chance of returning, I reckon. Can't captain Haaland if you sell the fraud. Yep, exactly. Imagine a Semenyo captain hat-trick this game week. Epicness awaits. Honestly, I think Semenyo is going to be great. I'm captaining Anderson. I have Haaland captain, but tempted to go Wilson. Bruno is almost guaranteed DC to Arsenal as well. Yeah, exactly. D in it, don't do it. Please don't do Wilson. Bruno G out for Sade for -4. Don't mind it. I'm going to the game today. Nice. Enjoy. Hopefully it's a good game of football. Captain Bruno Fernandes. That'd be pretty epic, wouldn't it? Imagine captaining Bruno against Arsenal away. It makes 0 sense. But it could be epic. I mean, if they played like they did last week against Man City, I reckon they get something out of the Arsenal game. And if they do that, Bruno Fernandes is returning, isn't he? Yeah, exactly. He doesn't. It was 100% correct. Vert's a good captain this week. Yeah, don't mind it. Don't mind it. It's a differential captain. I feel like there's so many good options. I look at my team this week, and outside of Chalobah, Sanchez, I reckon you could make a case to captain every other player in the team this week. Like, it's that I really feel like it's like that. Moving to a 5-4-1, I think thoughts on the back five of Gabriel, Timber, Chalobah, Tarkowski and Munoz. Love it. Absolutely love that back five. Suck will be in Dorgu's pocket by the end of the day. Man United have done a whole 180. Well, yeah, this is the thing. Like sometimes when you change the manager, it can go this way. And I feel like Carrick might actually be able to coax Man United into a European spot by the end of the season with a little bit of luck. If I didn't have Semenyo captain, I'd be captaining Bruno Fernandes. Fair. Jesus, see. I got 3 Brentford players, Sade and Thiago, starting with Janelle on the bench. Nice. More importantly, EDC in Phuket. I didn't see a lady, lol. No, she didn't go. She didn't go to EDC. She went to Circo Loco. Yeah, she went to Circo Loco instead of EDC. I was like, I would have gone to EDC over Circo Loco all day long. How high is your team value? 107.4 million, I think it is now. I've got 2.3 million in the bank. So, yeah, doing well. What's stopping Jay from captaining Wilson? Janelle Fazaka next week for Burnley away is my plan. Yep, fair. Captain and Dyer Ekatike. I like the fact Monday Night Football's on side. Probably captain and Dyer. Triple captain is going to be a double game week. When we get a bit more confirmation about who's getting the doubles, I'll then make a decision. I'm very tempted by Gabriel triple captaincy in a double game week, though. Bruno always returns against Arsenal. Yeah, he's got a very good history against them. Bench 1, Enzo Lafie, Mukiele or Hall? Mukiele. Donnarumma, Lewis, Kushinov. Yeah, I've seen this lineup. Start João or Alderete, mate. I'd go João because he's at home. Wildcard 32, bench boost 33, free hit 34. Love it. My bad, didn't mean to spam. Yeah. No, you're all good, mate. Shall I start Núñez? Gay is a captaincy shout. Oh, that's really risky. Man City are not defending well. I'd struggle to go to a Man City defender as a captain. I'd start Núñez. If you had Núñez, just start him. If he starts, I don't think Núñez comes off the bench. So he's either starting or he's no good. He won't be in the squad, my guess. How does Ashley feel knowing there's over 5,000 weeks? I think she loves it. Thing is, the City defenders, DC are almost never there. Exactly. They've either got to get an attacking return or it's a clean sheet or it's complete bust. I've captained Semenyo this week and my vice is Cole Palmer. I bought him Palmer as I think the next 4 game weeks he will haul. Nice. I don't mind it. I feel like if Cole Palmer was to go to Palace this weekend and have a blinder, I'd even be tempted to buy him. And like I can buy him. I could buy him for Florian Wirtz in my team. In one move. I'm pretty sure. Actually, can I do that? Wirtz, yes, I can. I could literally go Wirtz to Palmer next week for that dream run. Having said that, though, I feel like he will start. I feel like he might be benched next weekend. I feel like he could be benched next weekend because they've got to go to Napoli. Well, I mean, Napoli need to win in order to actually qualify for the next round. Do Chelsea want to try and win to try and get into the top 8? Are they that worried about playing an extra 2 games? I'm not sure. You'd think that they'd try and win that. Garner captain? Yeah. I feel like there's better options than Garner, though. I took Foden out because I don't think it matters if he starts. I don't think he's getting a return, so... Yeah. EDC was incredible. Gutted she missed it. Tomorrowland and EDC are 1 week apart in December. I hope to see it. We are looking at coming to the Tomorrowland in Phuket this year. No, it's not in Phuket. Where is it? It's in Thailand somewhere. I'm not sure where, but it's somewhere. Do I take Foden out for a hit, or do you think he's... I'd get rid of him. That's just my opinion. I'd probably start Hall. No, actually, sorry. No, I'd start Garner. Sorry, take that back. Do World Cup Fantasy. Yeah, we're going to do World Cup Fantasy. How many free transfers do you have? None. I made my move. That's why I sold to get Palmer. I sold Verts. Yeah, fair. I went to the shop and brought a sack of white rice. Is this an omen? It could be. It could be. Night confirmation bias. Haaland 90 all season. Good time for a rest and need a win in Champions League to get top 8. So for me, Rice captain, bench Haaland for Szoboszlai. What could go wrong? Exactly. Man City odds have just dropped. Possibly a leak. Dropped to what? Like winning the game? Have they increased? What do you mean? Start Elliot Anderson, Mukiele O'Reilly. I'd start Elliot Anderson. Captaining Palmer today, had enough of Haaland sheet blanks. Nice. The belief in Cherky will be benched and Doku, Foden and Semenyo will start. Okay. Interesting. You didn't sound convinced on Garner. I'll leave it. Yeah, I'm not convinced on Garner as captain. Tomorrowland and... Yep, nice. Chelsea need to win according to majority of Chelsea fans. Need to rest players. Yep. What's stopping you from captaining Wilson? Nothing at the moment. Wouldn't it make more sense for you to risk Bruno G and bench Bowen or start Mukiele in a back four? No. I think West Ham win. So I think Bowen returns. I've got no interest in benching Bowen this week. No interest. You captain Wilson, I'll captain Van Heck. Is Gakpo benched? I don't know. Potentially. Ask the card one more time. Who was the better captain this week? Tarkowski, Wilson. If it goes Wilson again, I'm all in. It's gone Tarkowski now. There we go. It's changed its mind. I always go with the last call on the card. So it's Tarkowski captain locked. We're gonna leave it as is. 12 minutes of just waffling nonsense between now and the deadline. Start O'Reilly, Foden or Hall. I would start... I feel like I'd start Hall. Tomorrowland will be in Chonburi, near Parramatta. Most of us will then fly to Phuket for EDC. Nice. Nice. I have to look. What are the dates? I know that Thailand's like the 10th, 11th of December. I know, because I'm meant to be trying to get tickets to the Tomorrowland and Belgium one tonight. Like during the live watch along, if I get completely distracted, it's me trying to buy tickets to Tomorrowland. I need to set an alarm for that later. It's exactly midnight. At midnight tonight, Australian time, I need to buy tickets or try to buy tickets. Do you want to know my team? Yeah, let's hear it. Centre backs hit Defco 48% of the time against Leeds, so I think 4.4 for sure. Yeah, that's why I like Tarkowski. I was like, even if it goes poor and he concedes, I still feel like he's 100% nailed for at least 4 points. I don't think Leeds score more than a goal against Everton, is my gut feel. Last call, Thiago Ekitike captain. I'd go Thiago captain. Watch Pep bench Haaland for Marmoush. I said that all week, and people be like, no man said I'm deluded. I was like, mate, I'm not. I just know. Like, there is no other week where they could realistically rest him. Like, he needs a rest. This is the week. If they can't beat Wolves at home without Haaland, they might as well give Arsenal the league. Tarkowski wagon incoming. Exactly. What is Tomorrowland? It's a music festival. Electronic dance music. Actually, in fairness, it does all sorts of music now. Like, there's drum and bass there. There's techno. There's something there for everyone. Other than country music. If you want country music, you're fresh out of luck. Last time I trusted a coin flip, I had Rice and Thiago on the bench for a 34. Oh, Jesus Christ. That's bad. I'm doing it. Die captain. Wish me luck. Good luck. Any leaks? Yeah, apparently Haaland's benched. I hope he stays on the bench and I get O'Reilly off the bench. That'd be biblical. And O'Reilly actually returns and Haaland doesn't come on. That'd be the stuff of legend. I was like, there's a reason why I kept O'Reilly and didn't sell him for a -4. This is it. Comes on for Haaland with a 15-pointer. Biblical. The ultimate bench jam. I'm here for it. That's actually a pretty good lineup, football and stuff. Don't mind it at all. Tarkowski hauled last week. Do you think he'll... I'm just hoping he does. Honestly, it's a roll of the dice. I'm 99% sure Haaland and Cherky get benched. Pal, what club are we going to when we get to London? I'm definitely going to be going to the drum sheds, provided the new drum sheds is still open. I love a drum sheds evening. I love a fabric shout as well. Like when they get the really good like underground artists, and they do, like I remember going and watching Jamie Jones at Fabric, and that was biblical. He just played stuff that you wouldn't see at a festival, and it was really good. I'm on holiday. What FPL does to a man, exactly. Bruno G. This is my last weekend of holiday. I'm back at work on Tuesday. Crazy. I have Bruno G, Goodmonson and Klein on my bench with no hopes of any playing. Should I bring in Chalobah just in case? Why not? There we go. 11 to 13. Look at that. Yeah, that's mad. Yeah, I need to pre-register for the 11th to the 13th. Morning all. Why aren't you considering Thiago captain? At the start of the week, I had Wilson and Tarkowski, and I'm just sticking with him. I think Thiago's a really good shout, by the way. I don't mind that one at all. Nightmares to get your teams in. Yep, exactly. Captain and die. I mean, if you're a real brave person, you can captain and die. Ekatike captain again. Don't mind it. Haaland and Foden benched. 3 p.m. watch along all day. Yep, there will be. Any news on Bruno G? I'd say he's not starting, which is why I benched him. I was going to bench HAALAND and play Bruno G, but I just don't think Bruno G plays with that ankle. Got a 13.8 free for 2 mids. Who would you go outside of Bruno and Rice? I really like Wilson. To be honest, I put the wildcard draft together like this week, and I had Bruno Fernandes, Rice. Who else did I have in there? I had Semenyo. I feel like Semenyo is actually a pretty good shout. He's not a differential, but he's a pretty good shout. The gym was good. I ran 6 kilometers yesterday, so that was nice. I just need to get the muscles moving and getting the blood flowing again. And I've got to make sure I don't go too hard too quick, otherwise I'll get an injury. Because that's the worst mistake you can do when you've had a month off and you go back to the gym. You can go too hard. Foden to Semenyo, I don't mind it. I weighed up Foden to Semenyo or Bruno. I went with Bruno. Yeah, make sure you smash the like button and the sub button. Luke's actually working on some new merch as well with some really cool quotes and stuff. Got to go. See you, buddy. Go get my own open age team warmed up. Yeah, lovely stuff. Westerfield, very nice. 7 minutes to the lock-in. Play Munoz or Fernandes? I'd play Fernandes. Fernandes, you can't bench Fernandes. I couldn't do it to myself. Haaland benched as per Lazy FPL. I can't wait to tell Nightmare I called it, baby. I called the D unit called the Haaland benching. Foden, Haaland benched, -8 incoming. Do I bench Bruce Dubravka versus Spurs, Van de Ven versus Burnley Cash and Janelle? Why don't we bench Haaland then? Because he'll come on for 30 minutes. Is the Cartel still captaining Haaland? That's what I want to know. Are they still captaining Haaland? Apparently both Haaland and Foden are benched. Donnarumma, I really want to know. Someone tell me whether they're still on him. Semenyo, Collins, Bowen in for Bruno G, Van de Ven and Watkins. Don't mind it. Enzo, narrative confirmed. Here we go. What do you think about Captain Gahey? No interest. Benching Haaland for Bruno Fernandes. Foden and Haaland both are benched. Yeah, seeing that a lot. I've heard Foden and Haaland not starting confirmed. Has the Cartel still got Haaland captain? Look at him. The bloody sheep. The sheep. The sheep. Oh, that's hilarious. That's jokes. I'd actually go Foden to Semenyo just for the weak punt. Rogers, Elliot, Anderson first on bench. Anderson. And he's gone sucker captain. Wow. Wow. Are the others still on Haaland captain or have they changed? Who are they going? Would you bring in Enzo or Fernandes next week? I'm going to do the next one. Of course, Andy's gone sucker captain. He's just he's a review merchant. But Nunes is starting. You know what? If Haaland's on the bench, I might actually put O'Reilly on the field. Just so I dodge his 1 point when he comes on. FPL Harry's benching Haaland. Is he actual? Wow. What? And he went Foden to Bruno. FPL Harry got like $50 sent and not even a thanks. Yet again proves what a oh, mate, that's unbelievable. Bring in Fernandes this week or Enzo. Haaland and Foden bench. All creators making late moves. I've made none. Harry and Raptor dicking around with their transfers. Love to see it. They love the drama, man. Like they've got it. They're actually really boring to watch in their deadline stream, so they've got to create some drama at the end of it. Yeah, take it easy, Grim. I'm on month 14 recovering physio from surgery. And fair, must be true. Would you start Alderete over Haaland? Yeah, probably. This the bollocks. Andy is going Saka captain, Haaland in the 11. Was so tempted to get Marmouche, but Semenyo's price went up yesterday, benching Haaland for Mane. Start Richards or Haaland. Folk also went to Saka and benched Haaland. Wow. Harry, Saka captain. I hope Saka does nothing against Man United. I really hope he does nothing. Do I take the hit for Bruno? They will keep the engagement till 11 a.m. So true. Squirming like. Captain list. I mean, the Haaland captain's dropping now. It's only 50% of people. So glad I stopped watching them a long time ago. So boring and repetitive. Card flip, start Haaland or Dallo. What did that land on? Oh, it still came up with Haaland. Did it? Hold on. No, yeah, it did. It did. It came up with Haaland. I was like, hold on. Have I got the right card here? Yeah, I've got the right card. Start Richards or Haaland. I'm still starting Haaland because if he comes off the bench and scores, you'll look like an idiot. Dallo captain, 3 assists. Not my problem. Andy pretending to sweat over it. Oh, mate. Oh, it's like... Haaland isn't starting. I know. Harry Maguire's got a pocket sucker. Can I captain Anderson? You could if you want. Are you benching Haaland? No, I'm not benching Haaland. If he comes on, I reckon he scores. So I'm not benching him. Foden to Fernandez for Enzo. Yeah, still starting. Yeah, it doesn't make sense to bench him. Like, imagine if these idiots have got it wrong, right, and they've benched Haaland and he starts. Like, that would just be so bloody funny, and he gets like a hat-trick right, and they've benched him. They've benched his hat-trick because they're just, and they believe in leaks. Like, I'm very anti, I just pick my team, regardless of leaks, and just hope that it plays. Will Palmer start? Exactly. Haaland could literally come off the bench and score a hat-trick. Like, why would you bench him? Like, I do think that if they're winning the game, he probably doesn't come on. But if they're not winning the game, Haaland's 100% coming on. He could do that as well, Abby. Captain Verts. Yeah, the countdown's on, folks. Make sure you get your things in. You've got less than a minute. That timer is going to run out 30 seconds before the deadline actually passes. So make sure you've got all your moves in. Make sure you've confirmed your starting lineup. Make sure you've got your starting captain. I'm actually shocked that the Cartel they've all bought Bruno Fernandes in for Foden. I'm shocked they're not captaining Bruno over Saka. I'm legitimately shocked they're not captaining Bruno over Saka. I think Bruno Fernandes is a better captaincy shout than Saka. That's just my gut feel. That is my gut feel. Palm will start, yeah. All the sheep started panicking and changing Foden to Bruno. I did that last Saturday. It was just a no-brainer transfer for me. Thiago captain, Wilson vice, Tarkowski could hold. Nice. I won't captain him, but I'm not benching him. Exactly. Here's the thing. When will you ever get a chance to bench Haaland? Exactly. This is it. When Foden to Semenyo captain, good luck all. KSI and Andy's stream. He's joined the wrong stream. KSI's probably enjoying my stream more. Captain Palmer, he's going to get one penalty for sure. Now I'm benching Haaland. He doesn't deserve to be in my team, fair. Site was crashing for Andy. That's hilarious. Did it actually crash? Did he get his move in? Foden out, Bruno in, Semenyo captain. Nice. Wolves fool the sheep. Exactly. This is great fun, everyone. Shitting bricks. The deadline should have passed with a little bit of luck. Hopefully Andy's website crashed and he couldn't make the moves because that'd be absolutely hilarious. And that'd teach him for trying to make drama out of nothing when he knew he was going to do that all week long and then try to make drama out in the last 5 minutes. Like anyone with the funny thing was, they're all like, Haaland starting 100%. Like Foden starting 95%. I listened to their videos because I was driving 6 hours and I listened to all their team selections. They all said the exact same thing and they're all panicking like the sheep that they are. Harry benching Haaland, Saka captain, Ekitike vice, Andy captain Saka, Thiago vice, Raptor Saka captain, Thiago vice. Why have they all got Saka? Weird. Imagine Haaland getting a hat-trick coming off the bench. Going to rechecking a bit. He brought Anderson in for Tavernier so he could bench cover. Unbelievable. Nunes is reported to be starting, apparently, yeah. This ain't looking good for my team. And he just made 2 moves to bench Haaland and then didn't bench him. What? Oh, you can't make it up. Knowing Andy's like, I know, he's been, unfortunately, this year, Andy's been incredibly kissed. Like, I feel like he's been as kissed as much as I was kissed last season. Some seasons you just get really kissed and very lucky, and I feel like it's his year. He is getting all the luck this year. They're all puppets, couldn't bench Haaland, but Saka captained. Yep, I captained Thiago. Oh man, Haaland back in. Captain Garner, at least he's getting for sure. All of them going to Saka because he rejected. See, yes, I forgot. Why are they all captaining Saka? Yeah, because of FPL Review. They're all FPL Review merchants. They should be sponsored by FPL Review. Like, if FPL Review did sponsorships, they should sponsor the Cartel because they all do the same thing. Who did you captain? Tarkowski. This is the most chaotic deadline this season. I didn't think it was chaotic. KSI gave Andy £100. Well, he is pretty rich, isn't he? I don't know why he's giving him £100 though. I benched Haaland for Dorgu. Tarkowski. I played Dorgu over Gakpo. Harry and Raptor both have Ekitike, Haaland and Thiago starting. Oh, so they're now starting Haaland. So they benched Haaland and then restart him. They're a bunch of idiots. It was funny watching him scratching and all that, trying to go against their words. Mad. I think DCL might score in the DCL derby. I know how Haaland starts or comes off the bench and gets a brace. I own Saka, but now I kind of hope he's benched again. That'd be hilarious if he was benched. Honestly, that would just be jokes. Grealish to Wang. Wang captain. What are the chances the leak is wrong? It'll be so funny if Haaland and Foden go big. I think it'd be hilarious. I actually hope it's wrong. Ekitike vice captain. DCL unit going to score 1. All right, but yeah, he might. I still think Tarkowski gets at least 4 points. He gave all the Cartel £99 lol. Wow. Mad. I sold Foden for us. Semenyo captain, let's go. Why would you bench Haaland even if he's not starting? Just don't captain him exactly. My mate captain Dorgu. Imagine if that comes in. Imagine if Captain Dorgu actually comes in. Honestly, I reckon Saka does get benched. He played full 90 midweek. I captain Semenyo. Nice. Let's end that poll. What did it end up finishing? Haaland was still winning the poll. Wonder how much that changed in the last. I wonder how many people was. I reckon he's still the most captain still. I captain Semenyo. If Haaland's not starting and City are winning, he is not playing more than 10 minutes. Yep. Saka benching would be hilarious. It would be so bloody funny. I'm just happy I'm going on a cruise of no internet for a week so I don't see the results for a week. Thiago, even better captaincy now. Yeah, I agree. Can still change my team? Nah, you cannot still change your team. I don't believe that. Can you actually? Because he'll come off the bench and miss pens again. He might, you know. Surely this is locked for the week, right? £300. Wow. He's got too much money, KSI. He's got too much money, that man. I doubt you can. Switch Foden to Bruno Fernandes in the closing minute. Sadly, captain is on Saka. Damn. A lot of Saka captains, man. Like, that's crazy. JJ busting these fools. Yeah, someone should have written there, come and check out the D unit, mate. You might find it a bit more interesting. I feel like me and KSI actually get on quite well as well, because I feel like he's a bit mental like me. I should have started Creepy Jr. At lock, never mind. I just know my mini league will be asleep as they are in New Zealand, and it's 12 a.m. and probably all captain Haaland. I wonder if Gary captain Haaland. I've got to send a message. Gary didn't. He was watching one of these fools. Trig Captain Tiago. Imagine if he's not benched. Leaks, man. Honestly, leaks. I didn't say thanks. Sold Brenner and kept Jody Dom for the minus points redemption. Love it. Captain Tarkowski at least, yeah. I'm watching because Darius told us this game week is going to be low scoring one. Thank you for checking out. But the three... Oh, mate. It's hilarious what they're... It's so funny what they all do. They all do the same thing. It's because none of them actually use... Like, they all use review. I feel like normally Harry's just luckier than Andy. That's the only difference normally in seasons gone past. But this season, Andy seems to have stolen Harry's luck. No problem. I'll be on the pubcast later. I'll be doing live watch-alongs at 3 p.m. as well, so come along for that. I'm not doing the early kickoff. I'm going to go and make some food, eat, and then I'll be back for the live watch-along at 3 p.m. I have Haaland, Foden, O'Reilly on the bench, Semenyo captain. Whoa. KSR also didn't have to worry because he transferred out Haaland on wildcard. That's right, he did. Who did the big dogs all captain then? Saka. How come you started Haaland if he's benched? Because he can come off the bench and score, and if he doesn't, I'm getting O'Reilly, so I'm pretty happy about it. Peg rage baited whole FPL community after his disaster class. Yeah, legit. Remember, nothing's confirmed until the team sheet shows you. Exactly. That's why I was like, I'm starting Haaland. Because if he's playing, I'm starting him. KSO trying to buy Harry a personality. Harsh but true. Maybe it's time to buy shares in FPL Review and get fully drowned in AI. Not a chance, Bateman. Not a chance at all. I just think it's funny, though, because I've been saying all week that Haaland will get benched this week. I was very confident on it. But I also think that he can return off the bench. And I know that O'Reilly's meant to be starting. I just don't. I feel like Wolves going to cause him some problems today. We'll have to wait and see, I suppose. Cole Palmer, captain, what do you think? Don't mind it. Honestly, don't mind it. Don't mind it at all. All right, folks, thank you very much for joining us. Hopefully you enjoyed that. I thought it was quite funny hearing all the reports coming in throughout the last 10, 15 minutes. Sheep. What are you going to do with sheep? Honestly. We're definitely not sheep on this channel, that's for sure. I bought and Diane and love Solia. Yes, Bateman. Was it stupid to captain Bowen? No, but he is in the first game of the game week, and that always feels a bit rough. Anyways, I'll see you all for the 3 p.m. watch-alongs later on today. Hopefully there's goals galore. Hopefully Haaland starts and gets a hat-trick just to make it all hilarious, because that'd be really funny, and I'd be here for it. So hopefully you get green arrows. Hopefully I get a green arrow. I'll